one of the things is through my practice, just being strategic about how I can advance the gospel even further than what I'm doing now through the counseling practice and through these courses through CLST. I'm trying to figure out how to duplicate myself as a leader, how to get more of what I think that is good through a clinical counseling process out to the world, to the masses, and just trying to figure out how as a leader I can do that. And then in trying to develop that is making contact with, things like the school here with recording this video session today and just trying to figure out how to advance the kingdom in a more powerful way.
Yeah. Now, it's not in the questions, and I said I wasn't going to do this, but a little follow-up when you say to duplicate yourself, I have to ask, why is it important to you to duplicate yourself as a leader?
Because I see the wait time for my clients today. Sometimes my clients will call and there's a 3 or 4, sometimes 5-week wait to get in to get the help that they need from a clinical or biblical perspective, and that wait time is just too long. So I believe that if I can duplicate my content or something that I have taught or trained, then they can have that in advance of them coming to see me, and then they could be getting that development while they're waiting. It's almost like sitting in the waiting room, but being developed in the waiting room.
I believe I develop my leadership by developing my followership. This is what I mean. If I'm not following Christ closely, then I don't know him intimately, and I don't know his will and his plan. If I don't know Christ intimately, I cannot train other disciples to know him intimately, and thus I mislead them. If I don't know his plan, meaning his plan for the Christian walk and for the church, as well as eschatologically for his plan for the future, then I cannot lead others so they too know that plan and walk in it and prepare for it. So I ultimately, inevitably, mislead them.
I would probably have to say that it's an ongoing, kind of like course correction, if you will. Mm-hmm. You're as a Christian leader, you're constantly directing people and trying to empower people and equip people. And I think that if I can find a balance of being able to give someone a task and then just see what they're going to do with it, give them as much direction as I can without really stealing their thunder as far as their creativity and their innovation with the project or the ministry that they're doing. And then making sure that I follow through and say, okay, where are we at with this? How are you doing with this? And really letting them have the reins within the confines of the guidelines and the standards that I've given them. I'd say that's how I do that.
Well, I'm excited about, we've just gone forward with opening one of the CLST colleges. It's called Newgate Global Bible College. And that's going to be such a help for us. In the past, we did make sure, we would teach and train our leaders. But, that can get to a point of where, you're spending a lot of man hours doing that when, you may not have other leaders to be training. So now that we're going to open and have opened our school, everyone is so excited about the opportunity to learn, and then the way the platform is that they can do it not having to come to a building or come to church service or come to a leadership training class. Although we'll still be doing some of that, but that is going to help us, I'm telling you.
For me, leadership development is more to do with my willingness to grow in relationship development. And not feel, you can be a very practiced leader in an institutional context, but if somebody sits down with you and just wants to pick your brain, they find there's really nothing there to pick. And so there is a shifting that I think happens from institutional leadership to increasing relational leadership, which is what I have been focusing on, which means I have to give myself permission to be available, to give folks time. The willingness to be available on a personal level and a relational level, for me, is significantly a part of leadership development. But I am learning to enjoy it. So it's for me just it's leadership, but it's joyful for me at this time in life.